The emerging Middle Eastern powerhouse of Qatar flexed its financial muscle in December 2010 to secure the right to host the 2022 Football World Cup. But their sporting ambitions don't end there. This year, there's been a concerted effort to promote cricket to a much wider audience. In January, as we brought to you exclusively on ICC Cricket 360, Qatar hosted its first international tournament, the Women's 2020 Tri-Series between Pakistan, Ireland and South Africa, which saw impressive crowds flock to the brand new national stadium at West End Park in Doha. That event, won by Pakistan, piqued interest. But another 2020 match played during the Eid holiday period in October, featuring some of the finest players ever to strap on a pair of pads, took the game here to a whole new level, as Sanath Jayasurya's Asian 11 locked horns with Brian Lara's world team in a hugely entertaining encounter. One of Lara's right-hand men, the former Australia batsman Damien Martyn, was visiting Qatar for the first time, and he believes that the future of cricket in the country is bright.
We've played so competitive for so long, it's now good to get back out there and promote the game, and we saw so many kids come down to West End Park yesterday for training, which was exciting. They loved it, so it's good that we're promoting cricket after what the game gave to us.
The showpiece clash between the Asian and World Select 11s was organised by Qatar's Ministry of Youth and Sports and West End Park's chairman Mana Ibrahim Al Mana, who insists that the game can only thrive in the region if aspiring cricketers can watch top-class players in action on their doorstep.
We have a lot of fans, a lot of players playing cricket in Qatar, but with a local way or with non-professional way in the road. But to prove this cricket in Qatar and to put Qatar also in the world or map of the world, we try to bring hosting a lot of events. And this is the first one which called really as such a big international tournament to host such this big player to come in Doha. I think before we are already in the map of the cricket, now we are already, we have a big flag now in the cricket map in the world.
For aspiring cricketers in Qatar, who better to learn from than the 22 star-studded players on show, led of course by Jayasurya and Lara, two of the greatest left-handed batsmen the world has ever seen. It was the cricketing colossus that is Brian Charles Lara who won the toss for the World 11. He opted to bat first and was soon unleashing a selection of vintage offside strokes. Lara's opening partner, Zimbabwe's Brendan Taylor, didn't fare quite so well and was soon on his way back to the shed. Herschel Gibbs kept the run rate ticking along in partnership with Lara, but it was left to England's Owe Shah to produce a succession of lusty blows to lift the world team to 161 for 6 from their 20 overs. In reply, Asia skipper Jayasurya struggled initially to find any fluency, but he dug deep to hit 25 from 23 balls as his side's reply gained momentum. However, wickets began to fall at regular intervals as Asia slipped behind the required run rate. The crowd thought they may be in for the drama of a super over as Asia closed the gap, but they eventually fell 5 runs short, ending on 156 for 7. However, despite missing out on a sudden death finale, no one in the bumper crowd felt shortchanged.
Great game, great atmosphere, great players. Fab, come back again anytime.
The atmosphere is brilliant. Watching players like Brian Lara has been something I've always wanted to do, and Qatar has made that happen for me.
Those involved in the administration of cricket in Qatar are looking to expand and bring one-day international matches to the country, replicating what Dubai and Abu Dhabi have done in recent years. Pakistan's ongoing security issues means that they will continue to play their home matches in the Middle East, and Qatar is now in a prime position to host some of those games. However, there are also plans to develop grassroots cricket in the country, as well as an attempt to emulate what their Football Federation achieved in 2010 by bringing the sport's biggest event to Qatar.
We are planning to build a strong, biggest academics in the Middle East and Qatar to support the cricket and the cricket in local and Qatar. There's so many things, but the biggest dream to bring a World Cup in Qatar.
It would be no surprise to see the Cricket World Cup land on the shores of Qatar. And one man who is delighted that the game is spreading its wings across the globe is the victorious World 11 captain, Brian Lara.
You know, when I started playing cricket, the first thing you wanted to know is that the game reaches beyond the Commonwealth countries, and to see stadia in Sharjah, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, and now in Qatar, I think it's wonderful for the game of cricket.
Wonderful for cricket indeed, as the game crosses new frontiers to become a truly global entity. Will Qatar host a World Cup sometime in the future? That question has been asked once before, and we all know the answer. Watch this space.